Hey guys, it's Tori and I'm here right now once again with Kevin from Old Wounds. How's it going?
It's going well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I feel like right now we just need to put a side-by-side of our last interview to now, because we've come a long way, huh?
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've played Orlando, so how does it feel to be back today here at Soundbar?
It feels nice. We haven't played Florida in general in a couple years, so
yeah.
it feels nice to be in warm weather. It's not very warm back at home right now, so.
Yeah, you guys definitely got like the hottest weather we've had in a couple months, so
That's
congrats.
What a couple of the locals had told us, that today was especially warm, so.
Yes.
It was nice. I like being warm.
Yeah, it's
I like being
Old
cold.
Wounds is in town, so it just got warmer.
It did.
Anyway, so we have some finish a sentence questions to start this off. How about that?
Okay.
All right, so the first one here is the most played album in your music library right now is?
Probably Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B.
Really?
Yeah.
That is an interesting choice that I would not expect from you.
Yeah.
What is it about that album that just strikes you?
I think that she's very sincere in whatever it is she's trying to send out, and I think her delivery is very, very tough in a way. And it's very believable, and I think that's cool, and I think she's very talented, and I like that she works with Bruno Mars, and I think her stuff's real catchy. So
yeah, it's good to dabble in some different genres once in a while.
Yeah.
And the next one here is the most important lesson you've learned from being in a band is?
Wow.
It's like, where do you begin, right?
I'm sure that don't fucking do it is like what people expect me to say.
No, but you seem to enjoy what you do for the most part.
Oh yeah, it's a total headache. It's a complete nightmare, but I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bring extra socks and underwear.
Actually, that's very important for anyone touring in general.
It's just a tip. That's all you really need.
Yeah, because if you run out of those, you're screwed. Anything else you can kind of figure out how to rewear.
There's some barbaric people that just don't wear socks ever, and I
don't trust those people.
No.
No?
I can't.
And the next one here is the most surreal moment of your career so far was when?
It was very, very cool to see the incarnation that we are now come to fruition. It kind of saw the light of day a couple Halloweens ago when we played with Motionless in White in front of their humongous crowd.
Yeah.
So, and that was my first show back with the band after being sick and whatnot.
Right.
But that was a surreal moment. We kind of all got up there and saw a bunch of faces, and they were all stoked to watch us play, and it felt really, really nice.
Good. Yeah, and that's definitely also a full circle moment because now you have Chris on the latest album.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we met on Warped Tour, so.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last one we have here is your most used emoji is just lighten things up a little bit.
My most used emoji. I think I have to look it up.
He's about to check his phone for this one. You got to go through like your most recently used ones.
The black heart.
True.
And then the red heart. And then the emoji face that is hysterically crying.
Okay.
So, black heart, red heart, hysterically crying, and then the peace sign.
That is a mood, folks.
In that order.
Love to see it. Thank you for really doing the due diligence to give us the proper answer.
I send the black hearts to my mom because, well, she actually hates them. She's like, why are you sending me black hearts? You should be sending red hearts. Everything's black with you. It just represents death. Everything's just black. And I'm like,
that
no.
sounds like my mom, too.
No.
No, Mom, I'm just goth. No, just kidding. Anyway, so let's talk about your most recent album, Glow, which is out now. So for anybody who hasn't heard it yet, what is kind of the #1 thing you want them to take away from their time listening to this album?
I'm just appreciative if people just even listen to one song. So I don't know what to say, really. Just thanks for listening to the album.
Yeah. I mean, from reading a little bit about the process of you leaving the band and then coming back, it sounds like almost immediately there was a little bit of regret and you kind of knew that this was where you belonged.
Sure.
So I'm sure coming back and doing this album, you kind of had a new appreciation for it.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Absolutely. I think my desire for wanting to do this band only grew after, stepping away for a short period of time. I knew instantly that I needed to do it again. So
sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone, I guess, right?
that is very true. I'm just appreciative for anyone that checks it out. You know, it's hard to say what they, I hope they take away from it, because I think people interpret things differently. But I just hope that it makes people feel something, you know? So
yeah,
it's cool.
And there were about 3 years between this album and your previous one, right?
Yeah, so
yeah.
a lot of personal growth there.
A lot has happened, both personally and professionally. So what do you think were the most pivotal moments through those 3 years that influenced you on this album and kind of changed your perspective creatively?
Probably laying on my deathbed.
Yeah, that's a pretty big turning point there, isn't it?
Kind of flipped my entire world over and changed my perspective on every aspect of life, not just, you know, playing with old wounds and playing music in general. But it opened up my eyes to a lot of things and shut a lot of doors for some other things. Yeah. Yeah,
and I know you wrote quite a bit about it on the album as well, which is pretty brave of you considering it's a pretty heavy topic.
Yeah. Well, when I was hospitalized, I had 2 feet of my intestines taken out. And that's a big surgery to recover from. So I had a lot of time just being in my own head, and had a lot of time to reflect and a lot of time to sit down with pen and paper and, you know, write the lyrics for the album.
Yeah, I was just about to say if you were writing during that process. Yeah. So that's intense for sure. And what's kind of the story behind the album title, Glow? Why did you choose that to sort of encompass this collection of songs?
Well, I remember going under the knife for my surgery, and the anesthesiologist, I don't know if you've ever had to have a procedure where they put you to sleep, but they count down from 10, and the guy had actually recognized me from the band. Very, very surreal moment. I'm laying on this very, very cold metal slab, completely naked in, you know, a very uncomfortable environment, and the guy's like, "Hey, this guy sings in a band. He's in a local like punk band." And I was like, "Oh God!"
What a terrible thing to say. That like just keep that to yourself at that point.
I was just like, "Yeah, man, it's so cool that you know me. Just do right by me."
If you love my band.
But usually, when I get put under, I'm out before he gets to 6. And I just remember seeing all the bright lights of all the different machinery in the hospitals, and there was this very like ominous glow. And I had fooled around with a couple different album titles, but Glow was always in the title in one way or another. And then, you know, we got to talking with the rest of the guys, and they were like, "Let's just simplify it and just call it Glow." So that was kind of where the title came from. Yeah,
so it sounds like that was just a moment that stuck with you.
It did, yeah.
Kind of paralleled with the themes of the album then, you'd say?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reflection on the surgeries and my health, so it kind of just made sense.
Yeah. And one of the standout tracks to me was Beauty Mark. The first time I heard that, I realized what a huge departure that was from anything you had done before musically. So what kind of was the inspiration musically and lyrically for that one?
Well, that song's probably one of my favorites on the album, and Ben had, you know, he came up with this riff, and we were fooling around with it in my room, and we were very excited because we knew that we wanted to put a song on the record that was very unlike anything that we've ever done. And basically, when we got to the studio, it wasn't coming out exactly how we intended it, and it was frustrating at points, but sometimes things literally just fall into place. And it was one of those remarkable moments when, I don't know, we were just messing around with time signatures and stuff in the song, and we ended up speeding it up a little bit more because originally it was intended to be a little bit slower. And then we started adding all these different layers to the song, and I wrote the hook right then and there. And Beauty Mark is definitely one of my favorite tracks. I think a lot of people think that that's a standout track as well, so I'm excited that they like that one.
Yeah, so it sounds pretty serendipitous how it came to be. Yeah. I like that.
At first, we weren't sure how the song was going to come together because literally we just went there with the intentions of writing this song in the studio. So, but it fell into place, and it's one of my favorites on the album.
I'm glad it did. And you are here today playing a sound bar, which this is a venue I've been coming to since I was like 13 years old. Like, this one has some history. So I was just wondering, with that being said, for you, what is the most nostalgic venue for you that kind of has the most, I guess, sentimental value that you like going to?
There was a church in Edison, New Jersey called the Stelton Church that I started going to local punk and hardcore shows at. I would see bands like the Mongoloids play. I saw Have Heart's last New Jersey show there. Foundation, just lots of cool bands that were doing cool stuff at the time.
Yeah.
That's when I really started coming around to shows in New Jersey. On my own, not like with my older brother or anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
So that venue is really cool. Also, the Asbury Lanes in Asbury Park, we played our record release for the Suffering Spirit there, and we are from Asbury, so it's a special place in our heart. So
the hometown venue.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And what are the plans for after this? What else is coming up the fans can look forward to?
I know we want to work on some new music. We're gonna head home after this, and we're gonna write some new stuff.
Always thinking, I see.
We're always thinking. The wheel is always turning. And we want to go to Europe. We've actually we've never been to Europe, and this would be the year that we go. So for sure, it's gonna happen. Hopefully in the summer. Still trying to work out the kinks, but that's it. Just staying busy and doing this.
Perfect.
Enjoying life.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. It was great talking to you. Everybody watching, make sure you check out Old Wounds and their album Glow. It's out now. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.